This video is provided by RawrPhore.com. Alright, so first things first, you want to cut out a shape with 5 points on it, and you want the length to be 21-22 inches about. That's the average head size circumference, and the sides about 3 inches. You can just eyeball it. You want the spikes to be about 5 inches long, by the way. Now these two spikes that are closest to the outside are where the ears are going to go. And the other two in the middle are going to be sewn together, and the two edges are going to be the back of your hat. So, you're going to begin by pinning the back two edges together that you just saw. Just line them up, and of course pin as you would pin. And when you're done with that, you're going to take each of the sides and pin them together with the one that's next to them, not the one that's across from them. So you're going to end up with the shape that's, you know, a hat. It's actually going to be like a cone at first, but you know, turn it inside out, make sure that everything is working well for you, and you'll see that you have the beginning of a cap going on. Remember that the edge with the seam going all the way to the ground is the back of your hat, as you can see here. Then, when you're looking from that direction, you're going to sew that side as well as the two sides that are farthest from you. The other two sides you're not going to sew right now because that's where your ears are going to go. But go ahead and sew the back side and the front too. And yeah. Now, making the ears, you're going to cut 2 identical triangles from a colored fabric, and then you're going to cut 4 larger identical triangles from the first color fabric that you're using of the actual hat. You want to separate those so you have 2 of the larger triangles with 1 of the colored triangles. And when you do that, you're going to line up one of the colored triangles onto one of the larger ones and pin it the way you want it. And then sew that onto the one triangle as close as you can. And if you have a little extra fabric that was not sewn directly on the edge of, you can go ahead and snip that off, or you can leave it as it is. I think it looks neater when you cut off the tip, any like excess. It makes everything look a little more refined and a little more, I don't know, neat, I guess. And as you can see here, you just end up with a lovely ear, but it's not done yet. Now you're going to take the other half of the triangle that you cut and put that on top of your colored fabric. And you're going to take that and sew along the edge of that as close to the edge as you can, once again, but be careful you don't go over it, obviously. And you're going to end up with something like this. Go ahead and turn that inside out and you'll see how that makes an ear. You might have to use scissors or something of the sort to poke all the way through. My ear was large enough that I didn't have to do that. And ta-da! Now, attaching the ears. As you have left 2 openings, you're going to put 1 ear into each of those. Remember that the back of your hat is where the seam goes all the way to the ground. So the ear is going to go in with the color side facing the front of the hat. The hat is inside out at this point, the ear is not. Just put 1 ear into one of those little slits that you left open and pin it shut in that way. And when you're done with that, turn the hat inside out to make sure that it's in a position that you're happy with. And pin the other ear before you sew anything. And then, when the ears are pinned just how you like them, go ahead and sew through all 5 or so layers of fleece at that point. Now, when you turn this inside out, you're going to notice that there's still kind of a point at the end. What you want to do is fold that in and then turn your hat inside out and see exactly what you need to sew just by pinching the fabric that you know you're going to need to get rid of. And go ahead and pin straight across the huge clump of fabric that you're going to have to sew over. It's a little thick at this point, so you might have to actually pull it through your sewing machine, but it definitely helps a lot. And after that, just cut off the excess fabric. Now the brim of the hat. What you're going to do is just eyeball this, get about 12-inch by 3-inch long rectangle and fold that in half the long way. You want two of them actually. One is for the front of the hat and one is for the back. You want to pin that to the outside of your hat by just lying you want the open edge of the long fabric to be pinned against the bottom of the hat, and then so that when you flip it over you have it attached nicely so that you don't see any of the seams. Well, you do see the seams obviously, but you know. And once you've pinned all that, and you have to pin together the two ends of the fabric, obviously, you want to just turn it right side out and everything, and make sure that your hat is level. And once that's sewn on, you'll see it looks a lot nice and neater, and just try it on, see any adjustments you have to make, and you can do those easily, I'm sure. And that's pretty much it. You might want to add some extra decorations to make it look nice, you know, trim out the inside of it, but you're good to go. And now your hat is done. You have your own hat with cat ears. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial and found it useful. If for some reason you decide that you don't actually want to make your hat, but you would like one anyway, feel free to visit one of the links on the side where you can purchase one from me, or visit www.RawrPhore.com/shop, where I will be selling everything that I make. Subscribe, because in the next episode I'll be showing you how to add accents onto your hat, like eyes or other facial features. Also tell all of your friends and family to subscribe, because when this account reaches 300 subscribers, I will choose out of a hat that is at random one of my subscribers to get a customized hat from me. That means they can choose the color, the exact size, and, you know, any decorations on it. Definitely subscribe and get everyone you know to. Please and thank you. Remember to visit www.RawrPhore.com.